Yes, I am once again drawing more YouTubers. In particular, I am drawing YouTube artists. So this week I was crawling my way through the depths of Christina Lorre's Instagram, and I came across this lovely picture. So when I saw this picture, I really liked the pose, I liked the way her head was facing, and I liked the way that her jacket kind of created this very natural V shape that would end the drawing very nicely, in my opinion. So I decided, what the heck, I'm going to draw her, and you know what, I'm going to step it up a notch. I'm going to draw her as an alien, because why not? So now that I got all that out of the way, I actually did want to talk about something. So I have a lot of art hanging around where I work. Sometimes I'll do little drawings and I'll just hang them up somewhere, like post it on the side of a desk. And a lot of the time someone will come by and they'll say, "Oh wow, did you draw that? That's so nice." And I'll tell them, "Yeah, sure, I did it. You know, I drew that picture." And their first response is always, "Wow, you're so talented. Oh, I wish I could do that. I can't even draw a stick figure." And I always tell them, well, anyone can learn to draw. Art is not a talent, it's a skill. If you can learn something, it's a skill. I'm like, you can learn to draw. And a lot of the times I get a lot of people combating that idea, the idea that art is not a skill, that it is a talent. Now, when I say skill and talent, I'm defining it as skill is something that you can be taught to do, and a talent is something that you cannot be taught to do. So the reason why I say art is a skill is because if you practice enough, if you hone your skills, if you work hard enough, you can be taught to draw. Like, you can be taught to draw hyper-realistic, you can be taught to draw in a cartoony style, you can be taught to draw in a surrealist style, you can be taught to draw and paint technically. Like, you can technically be taught to do all these things as long as you work hard and put in the effort and let someone actually teach you to do these, or have put in the effort to learn it yourself. And when I say talent, I think that is something that you are not taught to do. That is something that you just innately have in you. And so a lot of people don't like that because they're like, well, art is talent, and they go on and on about it. And I'm like, well, just because I said that you can be taught to do art and that it's a skill doesn't mean that I don't think that when people do things that they're not talented. And that seems like I'm contradicting myself, but I am not, and I'm going to tell you why. So while I do think that it is a skill and that you can be taught to draw and paint and do all of that in the technical way, I think that the talent in art is the ideas you come up with when you are drawing and painting. You know, the things that your brain naturally creates, what inspires you, what makes you want to draw, the ideas you get in your mind and your ability to put them on the paper. And I also equate this to other things that can be taught. Like when people say that playing the piano is a talent. Well, no, you can teach someone to play the piano, so it's a skill. If it can be learned, it's a skill. I can teach someone, well, I can't because I can't play the piano, but someone could teach me to play the piano. And I feel like where the talent part comes in is someone who writes their own music. Not everyone can be taught to write music, or at least not in a good way. So yes, you can learn to play the piano, but you can't be taught to write a song and make it like that. Just comes from you writing your music. That's like someone who is taught to play the guitar. Sure, you can play the guitar. You can teach someone to play the guitar, but you can't teach someone to just have what's innately in them, their ability to create song. So while I get the reason why a lot of people feel a certain way when I say that art is a skill and not a talent, I'm not completely dismissing the fact that art is talent. I'm dismissing the fact that the skill that you learn from doing art is that it is a skill. It can be taught. But that while it can be taught, there are certain aspects of art that cannot be taught, which is your ideas and the things you come up with when you produce your art. That is the way that one style is different from the other. This is your idea of what art looks like. And to me, that is where the talent part comes in. And even when I explain that to people, they still kind of like fight back and they're like, that's not correct. But that's my idea of what art and talent is. So now that I got my little mellow rant out of the way, I had a lot of fun doing this Christina Lorre drawing, actually, and that's why I continue to do these drawing other YouTube artists, because it's fun. I'm having fun doing it. I'm having fun working directly off of reference. I'm having fun adding my own things to the images. It's fun to me, and it's a nice change of pace from what I usually do. Not sure if I'm going to continue doing more and more of it, but for the moment, for the time being, I'm having fun. So that's all that matters. And that's all my little tidbit I had to say today. So see you Monday.